Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Call of the Night Season 2 Episode 9 reaction. So the previous episode we got to see the remaining part of Anko's backstory, or Meijiro I guess, that's her actual name. And yeah, it was kind of what I expected, how we saw like her father was like outside, so obviously he was being involved with Kiku I think. And he was bit, and then after he came back to his family, he reacted to you know like the lighter, and I made a mistake. I thought it's because the lighter is of silver or something. It completely slipped my mind that it was something that he held dear, so it's something from his past that is his weakness to vampires. So I completely forgot that. I read the comments and then I remembered that. And yeah, and that's why he reacted. He attacked, and then Majora had to kill him. Um, and like all the she was ready to become a vampire. She was also bitten by Nazuna, but then after that she was like, yeah, she started hating vampires. Right, and fast forward to the present. She's literally standing in front of us now, so let's see what happens. Let's begin. I'll be putting subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is the preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, what the? Okay. Right. Oh, there she is. Obviously, they don't. Ko doesn't know that she's Mejiro. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, damn. She's going to say like, "Don't become a vampire." She has been saying that from the very beginning. He still hasn't turned into a vampire. Oh my god, she's going to attack as soon as he says something. Okay, okay, she didn't attack immediately, I guess. You know what? As much as I love the opening song, I feel like they should have kept the whole connection of Nazuna and um, Anko a secret. They shouldn't have put this in the opening, because that is like a something that I feel like everyone realized. Like, just look at this part. Like, you can see Nazuna talking to Anko here, so it's pretty obvious these two are connected. Like, the song is amazing. I feel like this is probably like my most favorite song of 2025. Um, but the spoilers, they probably should have, you know, toned it down. I usually don't say this but because of the nature of this anime, I feel like they should have kept this a secret up until the very end. Maybe this episode they can show They could have showed the opening properly. I don't know. Like, because at the very beginning I was like, oh yeah, these two are connected. It's pretty obvious. Yeah. They're all their faces. Bruh. I guess she kind of suspected it. Bruh. Yeah. Also, she probably didn't want to delve deeper into it because she was afraid. I was going to say that. She was afraid of learning the truth herself. Mm. Also, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, Nazuna doesn't have that because she's a half. Nazuna doesn't have a weakness. Oh yeah, I see. True. Anko did say she has another way. Hmm. Oh yeah. Right. Something's gonna happen in Halloween. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that completely. Hmm. Ah, I think you're correct. I don't know what. Oh, we're back in the past. Oh wait, no, the present. What the hell is this music? Who the hell is this? Oh, this is that girl in the in the school with Ko. This guy's 35. Oh yeah, he does look like 35. Now that I look at him. That's the least of your worries now. Hey yo! Oh boy. Oh, that's a lot. That's funny. Right. Yeah, this is that girl in the high school with Ko. Hmm. Oh, these three. Bruh. Wait, what? What was her name? His name? I forgot. Hatsuka, right? That's funny. The vampire dress. Oh my god. Right. Where did they even change? Yeah, nowadays. Well, she's a vampire. And both are vampires. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Oh my god. What is she wearing? Is this a Halloween costume? I was gonna say. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh god, something's gonna happen. Oh, what the? Oh, this is that guy. No, that's uncle. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, obviously, I don't think that'll kill her. But that's gonna put everyone into panic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what was that about? Why did. Yeah, everyone thought that was like a play. Yeah. No, 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 no. I feel like that's. Oh, okay, no, never mind. God damn, that costume. Okay, so what was that about? Okay, I don't understand. What was the point of that? I thought maybe she was trying to put everyone into panic, but that was also not it. Or maybe this was her plan to attract Nazuna and Ko's attention or something. Into other people. Yeah, you're right. Oh god, here we go. Yeah. Okay, this is something is going on. She's shooting the vampires. So what's happening? And obviously they're not going to do anything to them because they're vampires. Okay, he didn't target Akun though. Akun is also a vampire. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe Nazuna is a half. So maybe something. No, no, no. That won't. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so maybe she is trying to put everyone into panic. Yeah, she's like, I don't want to take the risk. No, no, no. She's trying something else. Why would she do that? It makes no sense what she's doing. I don't know, man. Something is going on. Oh, what is. Oh, this is. Oh, Akun's here. Damn, she dodged it. Oh my god. God damn, he's stuck. Why did he come alone? Where is Seri? Oh, I guess they were all in different direction, trying to find her. Huh. Yeah, this is the same place where Anazun and she was sitting. Oh, right. Okay, so wait. Was that her way of like directing Nazuna here? Because but then I don't know. I'm trying to find out the reason why she was shooting. Like, what was the point of that? Like, that's why I'm thinking maybe like she did that because obviously like the commotion. Nazuna will also hear the commotion, so maybe she expected Nazuna to come to the classroom, and she also did made the commotion with the gunshots so that Nazuna goes there and so that she can also go there or something like that. I don't know. But it's such a roundabout way. I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if there's a bigger reason why she was shooting or that's just it. Right, anyways, I guess let's wait. Next episode we'll probably get more answers as to what she's trying to do. Okay, is that it? Oh. Oh yeah, because of that section where she put the gun to her head. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. Um but I don't know. Like there's a part of me that's thinking okay, so I'm gonna say what I think. I think she's trying to die. But then again, I don't think she like because we saw this before that she wants to take out Kiku. She still hasn't done that. So I don't think she'll even if she's trying to die herself, I don't think she's going to do that before taking out Kiku, because that's her revenge. But then, then otherwise, why is she doing this? Like, for example, like two things, like just two reasons why I think she's trying to die, or trying to find a way to die. And most preferably she wants Nazuna to kill her. But then, obviously in this section there was a section where she would, pull the gun to her head, and then she like put it down. So that's maybe, making me think maybe that's, she was trying to take her own life, but then she was like no, and then she's going through this roundabout way, and she's like trying to find a way to die. But then again, I don't know. I just don't think she's the type of character who will just want to die before like taking like before doing what she wants to do, which is definitely hunt down Kiku. But she has still not done anything about that. Like the only part where we saw she is vengeful against Kiku is where she in her notebook she kind of like made like a round like mark on Kiku's name, and she was like, this is like I'll definitely get her myself. She said something like that. That was the only section where we see her grudge against Kiku, and that's it. And after that, from that point onwards, we've not seen anything related to that. So I don't think she's going to try to take her own life before that, or trying to find a place to die before that. But then what the hell is the point of this? I'm not sure. You know what? This episode was confusing. Not confusing because it's confusing. It's confusing because it makes no sense what she's trying to do here. Like then, like I said, maybe this is her way of like making commotion so that Nazuna, the commotion gets into Nazuna's ear, and both of them will know what to do and go meet up in the in that classroom, and now maybe they're going to fight or something like that. I'm guessing that's what it's going to go down to, because literally in the opening song we see them fighting on the rooftop. I guess something like that will happen. And yeah, so maybe that's why she was like shooting around like willy-nilly in the. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm convinced now. That's what she was trying to do. This a scene suddenly popped up in my head, which made me convinced that was what she was trying to do. She was trying to attract Nazuna's attention. Um, you see that scene where she was in that alleyway standing. Akun comes in, and for a moment she was like, there's a very brief moment where it seemed like she was expecting someone, and then she looks at Akun and she's like, "Oh, it's you." So she was expecting Nazuna to come there. So all these commotions that she was making, she was thinking Nazuna is going to come and find her, but that didn't end up going as it should have, because Akun finds him first. That's why she starts running, and maybe then she was like, you can see she was going to all the different places where she met Nazuna. What is that part? The first place she goes to is that diner. She sits there, like she was going to every single place where Nazuna and her had a moment, and she goes there and trying to find Nazuna. I think she was trying to find Nazuna like that. First, in that alleyway, she was expecting Nazuna. Nazuna doesn't come here. It backfires. Her plan backfires, and Akun comes in. So she starts running, and then she's thinking, where could Nazuna be? In places where we probably have met and we have a past. So the first place where she goes was a diner, expecting Nazuna to be there. Nazuna wasn't there. So she has a drink, puts on the money, and then she starts running again, going to the next place, which was the school. And that's where she finds Nazuna. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think I'm convinced now. I'm 80% convinced that's what she was trying to do. Because there was a part of me thinking that maybe there was a significance in her shooting the vampires. Maybe it's going to affect her somehow, affect the vampires somehow later on, or something like that I was thinking. But I don't think that's the case. She was just shooting them to make a commotion so that Nazuna comes and finds her. And that plan backfires or fails when Akun finds her first. So she starts running, trying to go to the different places where she has had met Nazuna before, expecting Nazuna to be there. The diner fails. She wasn't there in the diner. That's why then she goes to the school, which was like the most obvious place, and goes to that room where Nazuna was there. So, she got what she wanted. She was trying to find Nazuna. She found not find Nazuna, but she was trying to attract Nazuna's attention. And finally, they met at a place where both of them are alone, and like now something's going to go happen. Probably it will start like like they'll probably fight here or something from the opening, as far as I can gather. So yeah, I think that's what's happening. Anyways, let's wait and see. So all of that was for her attracting or trying to attract Nazuna's attention. Like her like shooting Nico first and then shooting Seri, right? Yeah, her and and I think she probably would have continued doing that, shooting all the vampires, unless and until she attracted Nazuna's attention. But it like stops midway. She has to stop midway because Akun finds her first and tries to attack her. So and also they were like in a she was like in an alleyway which was kind of isolated. Obviously, Akun cannot attack her in the middle of everyone, you know. So she was waiting there, and Akun find a proper place to attack her, and that's why she was like, okay, my plan fell through. Obviously, Nazuna's not here. Let's dip. So she dips, goes to the diner trying to find Nazuna. Nazuna's not there. Goes to the school. Okay, right. I think that's what happened. Um, yeah. And also, I think I realized what she asked from that guy, the guy who was trying to pick up that girl. He asked that guy for the mask and the dress. That's why she was like, "Oh, I need a favor from you, by the way." Also, that girl that this guy was trying to pick up, isn't she the same girl that we saw in the school, like like the class where Nazuna and Ko, um, were sitting? Nico was giving a lecture. Yeah, she was there at the corner. I thought she was Meiji in that episode when like they suddenly brought up Meijiro's name. I thought she was Major because she was literally shown, and she had a distinct enough character design for me to think that what, she'll be important. And then immediately after that they start talking about a mysterious girl called Meijiro, and like, and her diary and everything. Obviously at that point I didn't know Meijiro was actually Anko, so I thought she was Meijiro for a moment. So I was so confused. I was like, wow, what the hell? How can someone called Meijiro, who was Nazuna's friend back 10 years ago, still be in the same class? I was confused. And then I realized, oh no, Meijiro is actually Anko. She's not, she's someone else. Maybe she'll be important later because, she has a distinct enough character design. So it's her, I think. Right? I think so. Obviously, I still think she'll be important, like, because she has a very distinct character design, so she will be important some way or the other in the story. I guess we'll have to wait, Anyways, right, so yeah, that was today's episode. Okay, so a few things happened in today's episode. First and foremost, the confrontation between Anko, Nazuna, and Ko. So obviously, Ko has no idea that Anko is supposed to be Meijiro because he was just reading the book. Obviously, we are seeing the story with our eyes, so we know. But he was just reading the book. He just saw the name. He just knew that, oh, there's this one girl back then called Meijiro who Nazuna would have turned into a vampire, and this tragedy happened. That's all he knows. He knows nothing else. So obviously he was confused, and he was like, "Oh, like detective, like Miss Detective, why are you here?" And then Nazuna's like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, there you go. I was correct. You are Meiji. You are like now her name is Anko, but you are actually Meijiro." And she said that she had suspected it, and but obviously she wasn't 100% sure because she didn't directly meet her up until today. So that's what happened. And also Ko realized here, and she came to the realization that, oh wait, this is Meiji, this is the same person that Nazuna was talking about. So yeah, like I said, I feel like the opening song is just so good, but like they should have changed the visuals a little bit because like I feel like this was probably one of the biggest like surprises of the plot twists of the story. Like up until we start reading Meijiro's story, it was supposed to be a secret that Meijiro is actually Anko. But even before that, I realized it because literally in the opening you see these two characters together, Nazuna and Meijiro. So I feel like the opening just spoiled that like blatantly. But anyways, it's fine. Whatever. The, you know, the opening is actually a banger. I don't have any problem. Like I said, I feel like the this opening song, along with the paired with the visuals and everything, everything, like this is definitely my most favorite opening song of 2025. Um, and we're almost at the end of 2025. Not at the end. We're at the second half of 2025. It's September, so um, yeah, every single opening I've heard in 2025, this wins. Like this is like this song is such a vibe, along with the opening visuals and everything. Definitely one of my not one of my definitely my most favorite openings of 2025. Anyways, so yeah, I went on a tangent. So right, yeah. So this is where Ko realizes that, oh, Major equal to Anko, and then Anko again tells Ko that, oh, final warning, you're still not a vampire, so might as well back out now. But then goes like, no, I've already decided. Now I feel like the reason why, this is like the second time, I think, or is it the third time? No, the third time. Um, Anko told Go that, yeah, this is the third time that Anko told Go or tried to make him, like, back out, because first was the part, if you remember, in season one, where she warned him and she told him that, oh, don't get involved with vampire or something. I don't remember the exact um like words that she used, but it was something like that. You know, like, oh, don't get involved with vampires. And second time was in this season only, where she meets Ko again, and the part where she attacks Akun. That's the second warning that she gave Ko. She said that, oh, Ko, I told you, like, you didn't listen to me. You still got involved with a vampire. So yeah, that was the second warning. This is the third warning she gives him. And and I'm guessing this is the final warning, as she said that, like, the final warning, you can back out now. The reason why she gave him so many warnings is probably because I feel like she sees herself in Ko, because she also got bit, and by the same vampire, like, so she knows that, like, obviously, like I've said this before, I think her grudge against vampire is solely for vampires and not for Nazuna. I don't think she has any grudge against Nazuna. It's just the fact that, like like I said, that the disgust towards vampire and the fact that Nazuna is also a vampire probably makes her feelings about Nazura extremely conflicted. It's like, this person is good, but this person is a vampire, and the same vampire, like, like a different vampire, obviously, but the same vampire, like, like, she was also, like, was the reason why her family got destroyed. So it's like a complicated feeling, because that Nazuna is not that type of person, but at the same time, Nazuna is also a vampire, the same vampire that was the reason why your whole life got destroyed. you know so that is why she probably sees herself in Ko, and that's why she gave him three warnings. I've never seen her give anyone any warning. She literally just goes and attacks them directly, immediately. you know so the fact that she gave Ko three warnings, yeah, is that she probably, like, sees herself in Ko, and she probably knows that the fact that Ko is involved with Nazuna means that, obviously, like, neither Ko nor Nazuna are bad people, but at the same time, she doesn't want Ko to become a vampire, because if he becomes a vampire, like, she will have to kill him, because she hates vampires. It doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. Vampire in itself is something that she hates. And that's why she was not able, like, her whole conflict with Nazuna was never resolved, because she hates vampires from that point onwards. So yeah, something like that, I guess. Right. Hmm. Also, what else? Yeah, so that was the first section, and then we had Nazuna telling everyone that, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, like, it's her. Now, obviously, everyone asked the most obvious question. If you thought that was her, if you had an inkling to it, why the hell did you not tell us? Like we literally like got attacked multiple times by her, and you never told us. So what's up with that? At which it was something that I was thinking, like it's probably because Nazuna didn't, like, like as they say, ignorance is bliss. She wanted to stay in ignorance because she was like, oh, it might be her, but I don't want to know the truth, because if I know the truth, like, I'll, like, it'll be like a harsh truth. And I don't want to know that. I just want to be in ignorance. As they say, no news is good news. In that way, she wanted to stay and just think like, oh yeah, Major somewhere, living her life happily, given up on vengeance, you know. But so she, even though she had an inkling that this might be Meijiro, she didn't want to confirm it, because as soon as she confirms it, everything will come crashing down, and the realization will hit that, oh no, she's not living her life happily. She's still chasing vampires, living a life of vengeance. So yeah, and that's the reason why. And she kind of said that to everyone, apologized honestly as well. Everyone was surprised. They're like, "What the hell? This is Nazuna?" So yeah, and as like they said that this is like her little by little becoming, like, like understanding herself more, like, because obviously Nazuna was a when she got her consciousness, she was still a kid. So that's why there were a lot of sections where you can see her trying to understand humans, and and little by little she becomes a proper human. Her conversations with not Anko, sorry, Meijiro. Her conversations with Meijiro and everything made her into the person that she is. And so now with her contact with Ko and learning more from Ko, seeing humans from and all that stuff, she became even more human. So she can now actually, like, interact with other people, like, properly, and actually get her thoughts across in a proper verbal way, which she lacked up until now severely. So yeah. Now, like I said, I think, like, she was trying to. It's pretty obvious now, like I said, that Major was trying to attract Nazuna's attention. That's why she was shooting around the place, and when she fails to attack Nazuna's attention, and Akun comes in, she dips from there, trying to find where the places where they have had, their past, in like good, like places of interest where Nazuna would be. So first the diner, and then she goes to the school. Like, obviously, that I am pretty confirmed about. I'm pretty convinced that that was what she was trying to do. But and then obviously I don't know what she's going to talk, but I'm guessing, like, like she wanted to have a conversation with Nazuna or something, or maybe have like a final battle or whatever. Now, this is one thing, like, even though I'm convinced about that, this is one thing that I'm not so convinced about still, which is, like I said, she might be trying to find a place to die. And she preferably wants Nazuna to do it. That's why she put the gun to her head in this episode, you see, in that part. And then she was like, no. And then she tries to contact Nazuna in this weird way. And now maybe she thinks that, oh yeah, you know what? Me and Nazuna will fight, and Nazuna will kill me, and that's it. But the big reason why I'm not convinced that's what she's trying to do. Like I said, I'm not convinced about this though. It seems like that's what she's trying to do, but I'm still not convinced. It's because of Kiku. Nothing has happened to her. She still hasn't done anything to her. So I don't think she would want to die before, like, dealing with Kiku. So that's the conflicting part that is making me think that, oh no, maybe not. Maybe this is something else going on. I don't know, man. Like, you know what? Let's wait and see. Alright, so yeah. So that was that. And then later on, Ko also realizes that, oh, maybe, like, something's going to happen in Halloween, because, like, it's the same day where, like, Major lost her family. Oh, you know what? No, okay, you know what? I just realized something. Nah, but still. Okay, scratch that. Her taking up the gun and putting it on her temple made me think that maybe she's suicidal, like I said. That's why she was doing that, and maybe she wants to die in Azuna's hands. That's why she stopped. I don't think that's the case though. It is probably because it was 31st. It was Halloween. It was the same day where she lost everything. That is probably why she put the gun to her temple. And yeah, she probably was trying to, like, it was probably like a suicidal tendency, but it was not because she's suicidal, but because of the day, like 31st October. That's why that happened. She took the gun to her temple, but then she stopped. It's probably because of the day, because it's the day that she lost everything. So it was like probably like a moment of, like, it was a moment of vulnerability that made her do that. Right. So yeah, I don't think she's trying to, because like I said, I don't think she's going to, or yeah, she might try to die later, but not until she does any, she does anything to Kiku, because I'm pretty much convinced she has, like, Kiku was the reason why that guy, like her father died, and she knows that, and that's why she specifically highlighted Kiku's name and said that I want to deal with her. So before doing that, I don't think she's going to do anything. After, like, maybe dealing with Kiku, maybe, like, I don't know, like maybe she might try to find a place to die or something. But not before that. But then what is the reason why she contacted Nazuna then? Like I said, I was thinking maybe she did that because she wanted to go out while fighting Nazuna and wanted Nazuna to kill her. But then now that I'm thinking again, I don't know. Maybe not, because she still hasn't done anything to Kiku, so I don't think she has any plans to die before dealing with Kiku. Okay, let's just wait. Next episode will probably give us all our answers. After we see what type of conversation she has with Nazuna. Okay, and then with that we get to that scene, the Halloween scene where Ko and was her friend Akira, right? Her, yeah, her name was Akira, right? I forgot. It's been so long we've seen her. She came to the like to the streets, and there they got their like clothes. Akira was like wearing like a maid outfit. Ko's wearing like a vampire outfit. And they meet all the girls, all the vampires. Like everyone obviously knows Ko. So Akira's like, "What the hell is going on, Ko? This is what you've been doing while skipping school? Meeting with ladies." Anyways, then we meet Nazuna, and Nazuna just goes off wanting to drink beer. And then we have Nico's confrontation with Meijiro, or Anko. Nico's confrontation with Anko. And so here's the thing. Was that an actual bullet? Like, I'm not sure. Like, that was a bullet, right? Otherwise, why the hell would she fling and just fall? Yeah, that was a bullet. You know why I was thinking maybe it was not a bullet and it was just a dud? Because before this, we got to see her gun was a lighter. Like, so was that a different gun that she was using? Because if a gun is a lighter, I don't think it can shoot bullets. It's a freaking lighter. But I'm pretty sure it is a gun as well. So what the hell? What type of gun is that? Like some kind of a speciality, like special type of gun where it can turn into a lighter and then turn into a gun as well. Because she was also using the gun. She was pointing it at a temple. I don't think you're going to point at a gun to your temple, which is a lighter. That makes no sense. That's pretty stupid. So that was an actual gun, but then she used it as a lighter. So I'm not sure. Maybe she has two guns. I have no idea what she's doing. Or maybe her gun is special. Like I said, maybe it has like a mode where you can press a button until it changes into a lighter, and then it changes back into a gun or something. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, whatever it was, she shot Nico, and then she shot, and everyone was pretty chill about it because it was Halloween, so people will think, it's just a bit that they're doing. It's just a skit. If this was like a normal day, without not Halloween, it's just a normal day in the streets, and someone shot someone like that, people would have panicked, definitely. But since it was Halloween, everyone's like, oh, they're just doing a little like funny, like a skit thing or something, And then obviously there was no like blood as well in the like from the head, so everyone was like, yeah, it's just a funny prank or whatever, like And so yeah, so this is the part where I was thinking maybe she was doing this to put everyone into panic, but then nobody was in panic, so I was like, okay, so that's not what she's trying to do. So it's something else. So yeah, and then we get to see her attack Seri as well, shoots her as well, and leaves. Um, and then she's like waiting in that alleyway. Then we have the vampires, Akun, Seri, and Nico, talk to each other and come to a decision that we have to take her out. Ko obviously was not like okay with that. He was like, no, wait, but they were like, no, we cannot wait. Like they cannot continue doing this. Whatever he's planning, I don't know what her plan is, but it doesn't matter if she's dead. So we're just gonna kill her. So yeah, and that's why they should go out trying to hunt her down. Akun's the one who finds her first, and like I said, this is like a huge like clue as to what she was trying to do. This part where she was standing in the alleyway in her own thoughts, thinking about her past, and then a footstep comes in, and she was thinking it's Nazuna, because like I said, she was probably making that commotion and waiting in that alleyway for Nazuna to come and find her, but turns out it was Akun. So that's why you can see here, she looks like this, sees that it's Akun, and then she's like, oh, it's you. So yeah, she was expecting Nazuna there, and then she realizes that her plan failed. Nazuna's not here, so then obviously we know what happens. She starts running, goes to the diner to see if Nazuna's there. Nazuna's not there. Has a drink, keeps the money there, and then goes off to the school, which was the next probable place where Nazuna could be standing, could be there. And lo and behold, Nazuna's there. There we go. Oh, it's just you, Akun. There you go. So yeah, it's pretty obvious she was expecting someone else. So yeah, then Akun tries to attack her. Obviously, Akun is like a new vampire, so he doesn't have the amount of, I guess, abilities or experience to fight properly. And so even though he has like super speed or whatever, she still dodges, and it makes sense why Anko can do all of that. She has been hunting vampires for a long time, so she's very experienced, even though she's not a vampire, and she might be have a little bit less amount of physical prowess compared to vampires. She still has experience, and she knows what to do in these type of situations. She dodged Akun, put the trash bin on his head, and runs away. And then she runs, goes to the diner, has a smoke there, has a drink, starts running again. While over there, everyone's trying to find her, but she's not there. She goes to the school, and she's like, oh, like, Nazuna's like, hello, my dear Holmes. And she's like, hello, my dear Watson. And that's where it ended. And yeah. So yeah, there you go. That is what happened today. So let's see what happens next episode. I'm sure they'll have a conversation, and then maybe it will evolve into a fight or whatever. I feel like Ko might also probably guess where they are. So Ko will probably come here as well, trying to find Anko and Nazuna. But he realizes, he probably realizes what's going on, and he'll come here. But other than that, I have no idea how this is going to go. So let's see what happens. Anyways, that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 9 of Call of the Night Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.